Hello, everyone.
Hello!
Hi.
Welcome to the spooky season where we're going to be doing nothing Halloweeny because we're a bunch of people stuck in a fucking bunker. Anyway,
And sure would be awful if like something changed that.
for the sake of the stream, hello everyone. I am Warboss. I am the dungeon master for this game, Crown of the Tyrant Queen. How about my players introduce themselves each one at a time?
No,
Please don't talk it all at the same time.
no.
Well, I mean,
Why didn't the peanut gallery?
Shall we start with the host, I guess?
good lord. Alright, you guys, Jesus Christ. Hello, everyone. My name is Iris Folger. Obviously, I'm the one hosting the stream in the VODs over on YouTube. I'll be once again playing the wonderfully grumpy little gremlin of a dragon called, Gil.
Hi,
Hi.
I'm... Okay,
Oh,
you go.
You okay? All right. Hi, I'm Min. I'm a menace. I am playing Herrick, who is also a menace.
That's funny.
Hi, I'm T-Boney, Tony, whatever. I play Hecate, who is a dumbass because I am also a dumbass.
That's fair.
Art
Art
imitates
Uh,
life.
Life.
Yeah, god damn
Hi. Oh my gosh.
it. God
Okay,
damn
hi. Okay, if you want me to do my
No,
thing,
go-
you
go
want
ahead,
to
go
make me do my thing. Oh my gosh. Hi, I'm Sai. I am doing two characters in this. The main character that I am playing is Sayora, the Kenku, who has a little trouble with time. I am also playing the guest character I, who is a bit of a bird brain. They're both bird brains. They're both birds. What am I saying?
This is really, like I said, what I get for not killing Eye off all those years ago.
You had the chance. Gene had the chance. Both of you failed.
All I managed to do was kill Warboss's character, who was there for like 2 sessions.
That's true. That did happen.
My character was like, I am a dragonborn of good and radiance. And then a corrupted dragonborn shows up and goes, hey, bitch. And I go, I'm going to die for these people I just met. Ma!
It's okay. She got long-term trauma from that, but she recovered.
And
She got better.
the character that killed Warboss is now handed over to Warboss. Terrifying. Oh my god.
Real quick,
It's been like 600 years. You don't know she's still alive.
real quick, Blank, I'd like to remind you you are watching this game. Could you let us talk, please?
All right, so we have decided a few games ago that we're not going to go into long recaps of what happened last time. So here is how we're going to start. The door to the bunker is closing. On the wall in the distance, you see the shape of a knight cloaked in shadow. Wolves of darkness run up the wall and down like a wave of shadow overtaking the defenses of the city. You feel two dead, white, blank eyes glide over you as the door shuts. You are safe for now. You are in a bunker. There are a few merchants cowering in the back. A young female wizard stands at the center of a ritual circle with runes covering the bunker and sweat beading on her forehead is concentrating to hold the shield. And finally, right next to the door is the bisected lower half of a dragonkin, Coal of Scale.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry, I was just situating myself. It was a what now?
The bottom half of the dragon.
Inside of the bunker is the bisected bottom half of a body, which was cut in two by the door when you closed it the first time around. Technically, the second time you've opened the door twice and closed it twice.
Okay.
I think it was the first time
I get
it
it now.
closed.
I want to be a gremlin. Sayora wants to be a gremlin and have a look at what's on the body or what remains of the body.
All right. You walk up to the body. I'm gonna ask you to roll. You know what? I feel kind. I also don't want you to miss anything, so I'm gonna give you an investigation check with advantage. Anyone wants to help? No, you know what? No, you already have advantage. You're good. Roll investigation.
Double nat 1. Double
Double
nat
nat
1.
1. Double nat 1. I don't. No, that's not double nat 1. It's fine.
It's a natural 18. Okay. Yeah, sure. Okay, you find two things. Now, your party is still kind of reeling from the experience and calming down as you're doing this. So, do you want to do this stealthily, or do you want to just take out everything and wave it in the air and be like, "Hey, look what I found"?
I guess that depends on what I find. But okay.
Okay. Well, the first
I
thing
guess,
you find.
Yeah, go on.
The first thing you find is a. Holy crap. Okay. You find a blue diamond.
Okay, I'm sneaking that.
All right. Anyone
Add to my little,
anyone
collection.
paying big attention to Sarah at the time?
I don't think Herrick really is right now.
Herrick, you're in the corner and you just see shaking her shoulders and slowly recorporating from her thundercloud form. Tish just kind of shaking her head. And then she just goes back from her thunderous thundercloud form back into a regular ass horse. Second thing you find is a folded piece of paper with a seal on it.
I kind of feel less inclined to hide this one, so Seora's gonna open this one up and have a look at it.
Okay.
Before you do, does she recognize the seal?
That's actually a good point. Does she recognize the seal?
Do you recognize the Okay, so question to Sarah, do you recognize the I want to double check because I don't want to say something stupid. Give me a second. Fuck. Shit. Fuck.
Too late, guys. You already said something
No.
stupid.
No. 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 I'm not saying something stupid. I swear. It is the blah, 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 the mark on the seal is that of a dragon skull with horns, a bit like handles pointing down and forward, with a dagger, with two daggers crossed behind, and it is the sigil of the 4th chapter of the Knights of Tiamat, which would be something that Herrick would be very knowledgeable about. I don't know about Seora.
Yeah. Seora would show the insignia to Herrick and say, "Boy, you recognize this?"
Thank you, Discount Kratos.
Listen, boy. All right, so Herrick.
That's the 4th chapter, all right.
All right, Herrick, roll me. I'm not gonna give you advantage, but the DC is gonna be much lower. So just roll me a history check.
Damn, pretty good.
Okay. You know that this is a dangerous seal to just open willy-nilly, because information in the seals of these letters is protected by some magic. So a good way to, well, technically the way to open the seal is to drip a drop of acid on the seal, which will remove the danger of opening it.
Well, if only we had acid somewhere in this bunker. Looks at the fucking wall.
Yeah, you also have a black dragonborn with you.
True.
Named Herrick. And I like to do that with most of my dragon folk people. When you have a breath weapon, you can do like a minor damageless cantrip with that magic. So like you could probably breathe out a thin mist of acid without having to fucking onto the fucking onto the letter. You can, without using a use of your breath weapon, just kind of do
Spit a tiny amount of that element.
yeah, I was looking for a wording that they use in prestidigitation. Just could let me look up.
This is not really important.
Yeah, that's
A
definitely-
spontaneous, harmless effect.
Yeah, we got it.
That's
What is that?
definitely 4th chapter. And if I'm going to be absolutely honest with you, I am probably the only person in this room right now that can safely open it. If that is what you want.
It's better to know their plans. Although, I get the feeling we probably already have an idea of what's on it, but who knows? Maybe it has more details for what they were planning after.
Alright. Give me a second, and like Herrick will just kind of take a small breath and then just like blow out like a small amount of like acidic vapor onto the seal.
Instead of going raw, you just go All right. Yellowish green acid, almost in a gaseous form, just kind of shoots from your lips and wisps over the seal, which shivers, and you see a bunch of runes on the paper flashing and then receding into the paper. You believe it is safe to open.
All right, that should do it. I mean, if you still want to just back up while I open it, I'm not gonna blame you.
Get a little back up.
All right. You open the letter and find in it text. I haven't written out the exact way that the message is worded, but I can tell you what the message is about. It's simply a message speaking about plans for an assassination attempt. The information is very simple. The point of this attack was to come in and kill the mage inside of this bunker. The mage inside of this bunker is named Alia, and she is an apprentice of Alatar, who the Black Dragonborns were then to take her form, survive the night, and then find an opportunity to aid in the assassination attempt that is going to be levied against Alatar. The details on how the assassination attempt will occur and when it will occur is not in this paper, separation of information and all that, but the information is simple. There is going to be an assassination attempt on Alatar. It is going to be soon, and Alia, who is the wizard inside of this bunker, is her apprentice and will have a very easy excuse to be there when the action occurs. So it would be a good person to polymorph or shape yourself into if you wanted to be there.
But to be clear, the letter did say that they were to survive the night and then the assassination attempt would take place.
Yes, the assassination attempt will take place after the Black Moon.
Makes sense.
The idea is just to secure a the idea is to secure a fake identity as this wizard, and if they kill everyone in the bunker and then stage like they were to kill. Well, if they survived and all managed to live, they were to kill 2 of the 3 to have only 1 remaining because they are cultish assholes, and also to explain how the other people in the bunker died as part of the attack.
I also imagine all of this is basically written out in like a draconic version of Thieves' Cant, so Gil's like looking over Herrick's shoulder and it's just a fucking shopping list or something. It's like
it's just kind of
because it's like an assassin's guild or some shit. So like
how to make a beer and pear stew in 5 easy steps. And Herrick is like, dear God. So Herrick, of course, you were intended to be a leader in the 4th chapter, so you have learned the secret encoding methods of the 4th chapter. Even if you don't have Thieves' Cant, it's not regular Thieves' Cant.
Yeah, it's like
It's
Queendom.
specific to your backstory.
Yeah. Queendom Thieves' Cant.
You also know, for the heck of it, you know the Queendom Assassin sign language.
Ooh.
Not that it would be very helpful in that daily situation to know the fucking sign language of Queendom Assassins, but it is a thing you know. If you want to add it to your sheet, that's on point.
So, what does it say?
Well, it doesn't have all the details, but looks like their plan was to get into this bunker here, slay our wizard friend,
What?
take her form, and then after this black moon is over, try to kill Alatar.
No, not master.
You just hear a chorus of gasps from Sayora.
Sarah goes.
So they're worried that the negotiations Alatar is planning might actually succeed.
Also, it's hinted that the information they receive as to Alia being a student of Alatar, an apprentice, was given to them by a contact in the Arcanum Centrum, as in part of the faction of Arcanum Centrum that doesn't want to act into this situation, and you can then guess from that information that they would then use the fact that Alatar was assassinated as a proof that getting involved is not a good idea, and
Yep.
that the status quo is better held as it is.
Yep.
Looks like they got this information from a certain sect in Arcanum that Alatar has been trying to disprove.
Well, that seems like a conflict of interest now, doesn't it?
Sure does.
Well, one thing's for certain.
Really would be a shame if we aired their dirty laundry.
We're gonna have to survive the night first. Not much we can do until the black moon is gone, so
Yeah.
I think we're all in high tensions. We're probably gonna need to actually take a rest at some point, so let's set up a watch. And, Hecate, if you could, feel like you're probably the best suited to calm everyone's nerves at the moment.
Hecate, roll me a performance check to see if you're able to play smooth tunes to calm down everyone.
I'm sure that's
Oh
smooth enough
my god!
I think he's got it.
I'm gonna say, Gil, you make you make the comment kind of half-heartedly, and then the smooth notes begin to fill the bunker, and you immediately start to yawn, and it's just kind of like, oh, you weren't joking, but you were
No.
not expecting this amount of skill from Hecate. Hecate, you're like,
Okay, I'm gonna do it. I taps on Hecate's shoulder and just says, May I join?
Hmm.
But of course,
The
the more the merrier.
She clears her throat, and let's see how well she does this.
Oh no.
Oh
As
no!
per tradition!
she's
As
like,
per tradition!
so she's like, may I help?
Oh,
This is a song to help you sleep. I could say you wins. No, 9. Despite your bad roll, 9 is
It's-
slightly below average. It's not grating or horrible. It's just what
It's
you would
horrible for
expect a
Gil.
regular person to be able to do as they sing. So
I
It's
can't
horrible
tell.
for Gil, that's what matters.
I can't tell if you're out of practice or if you have been practicing, and that's worse.
She stops for a moment, and then she turns to Gil.
ouch.
Well, to be fair, there were several hundred years where I didn't have a voice, so and then she
Wait,
continues
what?
singing.
I'm sorry, what? Wait, no.
Hold on,
What?
I want to
She completely ignores anything they say and just continues singing.
You can't just drop that bombshell and just act like nothing happens.
Was this like something Az stole from you, or like what the fuck?
She continues singing.
Cool. All right, that's okay.
Oh, she gave her voice to it. You know what? Nope. I'm not surprised by that. At this
So
point.
how does this help then?
as just kind of looks at you all with a wicked gleam in his eyes, and then he goes, "Tweet, tweedledum, tweet, tweet." and then he laughs and then he
I don't know,
laughs
I
and says,
I just thought a devil would have better taste.
Oh shit! Oh no!
What better to cause suffering than singing out of tune?
Oh,
I am mildly concerned.
Oh, I mean, I guess it's a weapon of war. It makes more sense.
All right. Well, anyways, I guess you two are taking first watch because I'm gonna try and knock myself out.
Yeah, but as you're
Hecate's
doing
just
this,
kind of playing while wincing at the same time.
and Az just goes like, "You should hear the Discord bard of this. They have made an art of making people cringe." But yeah, so who's gonna be the first watch?
I mean,
Assuming
I-
it'll be Hecate
I
and
guess
I
it'll-
for the first one.
Yeah.
I would assume the
Mhm.
bards.
The bard and the quote unquote bard.
the bard and the bird.
But they're both birds.
You know, you
The bird
right.
and the bard. Anyway, so Herrick and Gil go to bed.
So does Sayora.
Yeah,
Sayora
I think
exists.
Fiora does as well.
Sora goes to bed as well. And then I won't have another one in the tank. And then begin to sleep fitfully. I want you are an elf, so you have advantage against charming effects, right?
That's correct.
And do you still have the thing where magic can't put you to sleep?
Correct.
Okay. So you don't have to roll for this.
Neat.
Magic can't put you to sleep. I mean, that's the thing. You may get tired eventually, so I'm just going to ask you to make a perception check.
Okay.
Knowing that if your perception roll is too low, it will be an example of you just falling to sleep.
Okay.
Natural 3.
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Honk shoe, baby.
And
And
I
then
had a
same
nickel for each
for
time. she
same
got
for
me.
Hecate.
Hecate.
Yeah.
Hecate, I'm going to need you to roll a perception check. And then, on top of the perception check, I want you to roll a wisdom saving throw with disadvantage.
Question.
Yes?
Is this... Let me just also double check the wording.
Okay.
Is this a charm or frightened effect?
It is a charm, so you would have advantage. But you went to sleep, so you don't
However,
need to be
since
put to sleep.
Hold on. I had
Yep.
my skilled ornament is at the stirring level, so everyone within 30 feet of me has advantage on saving throws they make to avoid being charmed or frightened, or to end those conditions.
Okay. So Hecate rolled a 17 on her first check and a 2 on her second. She had disadvantage, but this would cancel out the disadvantage, which means you get very good rolls. So Hecate, you are playing and wincing, and then eventually, as you play the soft melody to make people sleep, the singing that was accompanying you falters and then comes to an end. As I, perhaps bored, perhaps inattentive, falls into a trance. You're not too worried about the Black Moon. Right now.
Too fucking used to it.
You see, the thing is that elves don't dream. The Black Moon has an effect on dreamers to a certain extent, but as an elf, your trance is simply an exploration of the previous lives that your elven spirit has gone through, and you can expect for the visions you will get tonight to be of the more brutal variety, but you have a decent amount of control over your own dreams being an elf, so you're not too worried about this. And as you fall into a trance, you're you are singing along with the music, but it catches you. The music is just too good, and eventually you just fall into a trance. Hecate, everyone else is falling into a deep slumber, and you continue to play. Now, for your perception check, you hear a whisper.
Oh no, what whisper?
Hecate. Hecate.
Hello?
Creepy voice whispers your name from the darkness. Hecate. What do you want? It's like
Hello.
it's like
Who dares interrupt my performance?
The voice says, "What are you doing here?"
Obviously, I'm in the middle of a performance. What does it look like I'm doing?
It looks to me like you're wasting your time. What are you doing here? Protecting people instead of finding what happened to your idol.
My idol is already long dead. Learning about their death is one thing. Figuring out how they died is going to be a process.
You know how they died, though, don't you? It was one of Bastion's cleric, walking in a haze, his soul clouded. He came to your town, did he not? Offering healing, promises.
That he did.
You were useless then. What makes you think you can make a difference now?
Well, especially considering the fact that I was a literal child when that tragedy happened. Damn it!
Well, look at who you travel with. You travel with one blessed from birth, destined for greatness. One who has lived hundreds, if not closing in on thousands of years. Two of them, in fact. How do you expect to be of aid to these people? You're young, inexperienced. You can't even read music. Silly, silly bard. What do you have to offer this world except disappointment? You know it in your heart. They will keep on moving. And one day you'll be alone in one of those bars you play to while they are out there experiencing the greatness that was meant for them, while you you poor soul destined for nothing revels in mediocreness.
Okay, I'm so sorry. Out of character. I'm gonna throw Gil under the bus here. Well, especially considering the fact that one of these beings here is the reason why I'm part of this troop. I don't think I've got much to lose right now.
Perhaps you're right. Perhaps you being there might allow you the opportunity to safeguard one of them At the cost of your life, perhaps. Perhaps then you would have been useful as a sacrificial pawn.
See, you keep saying that I'm useless. However, you did see, surely, how fast I put everyone to sleep. Even with the lovely assistance of another bard here in this room.
Yes, you put them all to sleep. You made them vulnerable to the spirits of the dark, the shadows. I thank you for that. Deep slumber is such a good way to access their selves. I must say, you do a great job of putting them in danger.
What the hell do you mean by that?
All you hear is a whispering laughter that fades. And then you see Herrick. You hear Herrick groan in his sleep, followed by all the others except I, who is trancing like a fucking elf should. No need to worry about whatever the fuck is going on in there. I is just kind of like, I don't give a shit. I'm an elf. I don't even have a soul to corrupt. I've got a spirit. And that means you can't do shit to me, Black Moon. Fuck you. And I just keep, this is kind of trancing softly. But everyone else seems to be agitated in their sleep. Do you try to wake someone up?
Well, of course.
All right.
Who was closest to me?
Herrick.
Fuck it, I'm just gonna like crawl up to Herrick and play like the most sour, most like ear-wrenching note possible to try to wake him up.
Nothing happens.
Oh, motherfucker.
Herrick. We're just gonna go into Herrick. Herrick. You're in the bunker.
Actually, before you continue,
Yeah.
War Boss, I just need to
Yes?
clarify. Is Herrick, is this like a charm effect or such?
The Black Moon is more of a madness than a charm effect. You could
Okay.
say you could consider it a charm effect. Are you immune to charm effects?
With the scaled ornament being at the stirring level, yes, I am just straight up immune to charmed and frightened.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Sadly for
I
you,
just don't want you to put like all this work into the scene and just have me go like, dude, I'm immune to this.
This is not something you would be immune to by being immune to charm.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
It's
the
a nightmare. It's not really
effect-
trying to control you, kind of vibe.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So it's just trying to fuck with you rather than change you, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, it could change you by virtue of making you see things, but it's not going to magically affect your change in you. The change in you might be because you get traumatized, but it's not a magical charm. It's just you're fucking traumatized.
Gotcha.
You can't be like, I'm resistant to charming effect. I don't need therapy anymore. Anyway, so we're gonna go. So we're gonna go in Herrick. Herrick, you actually, I think I'm gonna do a thing.
Oh boy, he's gonna do a thing, guys.
Okay, but what if the sour note like
Oh,
transitions into like the even worse thing in Nightmare?
That's interesting. So, Herrick, you're standing in the bunker, and your allies are asleep. And you hear a strident tone before a message comes into your mind. You recognize the voice. Zeonine speaks in your head as if through a message, a sending spell. She says, Herrick, please come help. We need you. I don't know what happened, but the shadows, they're everywhere. Oh no. Something happened to Stratus. I mean, I really need your help. Please, come and save. 25 words have gone past.
Just stay calm, Zeonine. I'll be on my way. Don't worry. I'm coming for you.
All right. Everyone is asleep. You are in the bunker. What do you do?
He is going to quickly head to the door.
Okay. You reach the door.
No hesitation, he hits the button to open it.
The door creaks open. No one wakes up.
You told me not to worry. God, I'm gonna give you such an earful after this. And he just races out the door.
Okay. You rush through the night, shadows rising around you. And the the night is dark, darker than anything you have to deal with on a regular, really. In fact, darker than probably you've ever seen, considering you haven't been in the dark, under the dark moon very often, at least not outside. You hear the howl of wolves, screaming of people. You reach the wall, climb it. Or do you want to go to one of the doors? Isn't a door that leads directly towards the camp where Z9 is. There's only a you would have to jump over a wall or do something along those lines, or take a large detour to make your way there.
Nah, he ain't taking no detour. He is taking the most direct route at this point.
All right. All right. So you rush up the wall, and in front of you is a large fall. There is still a thumble of ash and broken pieces of wood from the burnt down siege tower that hasn't been cleaned out. You could possibly like try to jump into the ash. Maybe it's gonna soften your fall a little.
Special for this. Yeah, don't have anything special for that. So you said like there's like debris and such from the siege tower.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, probably just gonna try and make his way down that as best he can.
All right. So you jump into like the charred remains of the burned down siege tower and manage to reach the ground relatively unscathed. Maybe a few points of damage, but we're not exactly in combat, so we won't care about that. And you rush towards the camp. Ciara.
Sayora.
Okay, before we go to Ciara, Hecate, you're on the outside trying to deal with this, and Herrick almost seems to try to get up, but something is you see is scaled armament shine, and he lays back down. Definitely disturbed in his sleep, but not puppeted by whatever is happening here. Sarah.
Sayora.
You're sitting on the porch. You have a book. You're reading. You've been reading this book for a bit. It's really interesting. What's the book about?
It is about how to run a merchant's business.
You've always liked these texts that have like specifically because they're not just fiction, they have an actual use. And even if you don't necessarily want to become a merchant, even if you change your mind, you're still going to learn from these things and have a knowledge about how it works, maybe just so you don't get scammed. And
Well, I mean, there is a specific reason that she is reading this one in particular.
Oh, what is it?
Because she is from a family of merchants.
You're reading this book and comparing it to what your father has given to you as knowledge, and I mean, your father's a good merchant, so you believe that there's some information in this book that you're like, my dad does it better. You sigh and you look up to the blue sky, radiant golden sun sailing through it, puffy white clouds. It's a wonderful day. You're coming into the evening. The golden sun is reaching the horizon slowly, and you feel a tap on your shoulder. Who came to get you for lunch?
I would say her mother.
All right. Your mother comes and says, "Come, Sarah. Lunch is ready."
She looks up to her mother with a smile of joy and gets up from where she is sitting, closes the book, and sets it aside, and comes in to eat.
Mm-hmm. You walk inside the room and you see around the table your family. Who's here?
Just her mother and father. The father is well dressed. Like, there's her mother has like pearls and jewelry and such on her, like likely bought from profits and such.
Mm-hmm.
Her father is like dressed in like exquisite robes and such. Like common folk could dream of robes like this, but it's not quite royalty or duke level robes and jewelry.
Mhm.
It's more like
So more wealthy merchant than noble.
yeah, wealthy merchant. Yeah.
All right. So you're sitting at the table and you enjoy a lovely meal, the taste of your mother's cuisine, just filling your mouth and making you happy. And then your mother gasps and says, "Sarah, what is this?" And your father looks to you with dread in his eyes.
Sayora looks to both of them confused. What seems to be the problem?
They say, your father says, "Sora, your hands." And you look down and your hands are covered in blood.
She looks at her hands, looks up at her parents, looks back at her hands, back up at her parents. This is no. Is this what it looks like? I can explain.
Your mother takes a step back. Your heart begins pumping faster, faster. You feel the vein pumping. You feel a panic attack coming in. You have a hard time breathing. Your father walks up to you, afraid but wanting to comfort you in some way. He sees your panic, and you feel your hands close on a knife. Gil!
Yo.
um, something else is happening with Gil, but before that,
Oh, I see.
for that, Seora, you see, Seora, not Seora, Hecate, you look at Seora on the ground, and she, her breathing is short and quick. Her chest, sorry, I say her. Seora's chest is moving up and down quickly, and you see their eyes darting back and forth with their eyes are closed, but you see the rapid eye movement, and Sarah
As
begins
somebody who
to
is also a bird, I am impressed with the fact that their eyes are moving.
yeah, well,
Head
sucks
twitching
to be
around.
them, I guess. Twitching. And her hand closes on the handle of one of her weapons.
Hecate then just proceeds to make the "oh shit" face.
All right. Okay, Gil.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get a better track for this. For the start of it, at least. Gil. It's a fine morning. You roll your shoulders, your wings stretching. The sun is warming your scales. Another boring day, doing nothing. But the calm can be pleasant. In the morning, when you're not bored yet, your claws scratch at the ground. It gives way under the strength of your paws, your talons, easily. You shake your head. What are you gonna do today?
Well,
You feel a bit hungry.
glancing down at like the water on the coast. Standing up, stretch. Glancing around. Nothing seems to be immediately in danger. So I'll get something to eat. And then he'll take off and dive into the water.
You dive into the water. And you breathe in a large gulp of the cool liquid. It filters through you, letting you breathe it as if it were air, and you start to hunt. You see an orca on the right in the distance. It's pretty far, but your dragon eyes have a very acute ability to find prey from very far. Bottom left of you, Um, a bit more to the north, you see a shark. What does Gil like to eat? What kind of fish? What kind of sea creatures are his favorites? It's not like you have to be worried. There's not exactly a lot of things that can survive your might anyway, so you have vast choice of things you can eat.
You know what? No. I suppose it's no tuna, but shark will do.
You rush towards the shark, and with a snap of your jaw, you end its life. Quick, easy, painless. The way you like it. At least when it comes to food. You like combat, like many of your kind, but when you're hungry, you don't want to waste time fighting. You come back ashore and begin to eat your meal, and you think to your job. Sword Mountains. You've been here for a long time, and as time's gone, less and less have tried to pass through unauthorized. You really wish you were reassigned somewhere in a dragon of less importance than you, more adequate strength. I mean, you're not exactly the most prideful, but why did they put someone such as you in what essentially is a babysitting role?
What the hell am I even supposed to do here, Bahamut?
The Platinum One, as always, sadly, remains silent. To your place.
Gil will just kind of, after finishing his meal, glance back in the direction of his home.
You missed the Serpent's Hells. There was real fighting to be had. Yanti cults everywhere. You felt fulfilled back then. You know, it's been months since anything has happened here. Is it really? No, it's your job to stay here, to guard this place. You couldn't just go and maybe have a little bout with one of those Yanti anathema. Oh, it would be fun, but would be against your oath, wouldn't it? But then again, nothing's happening here. You being here doesn't change anything if no one comes, right? What do you do, Gil?
I mean, a quick trip back to the Horde just to make sure everything's fine wouldn't hurt, right? I could be
You
there and back in just a few days.
from the
And
top of your perch, atop the mountain of the sword. Well, I'm not sure. Where do you? What's the mountain peak where you reside called? It's your job is to patrol the Sword Mountains, but your mountain where you chose to rest, what's it called?
I would imagine it's definitely somewhere like on the actual coastline. So probably like something along the line of like Pommel's Point or something, like the largest bluff along the side of the Sword's Coast,
Okay, so
overlooking the
you
ocean.
I have a good word for it. So from the top of your perch on Dagger's Edge,
Yeah, there we go.
you look down at the people you're supposed to protect here, having uh, their lives living peacefully. You've protected these people for quite a bit of time. They they can. You've even gone down and trained with them in human form once or twice. Their adventurers are decent people. They can handle it. Yeah, you can. Small visit, right? Just so short. They probably won't notice you were gone. Your wings open, and you feel the wind filling them. One, two, three flaps. Already you're moving incredibly fast compared to those peons who live below. It'll be quick. You spend a bit of time at your horde. Tell me, what is Gil's thing when it comes to his horde? Because like all metallic dragons have a thing. Like some
Mm.
dragons have war paraphernalia, others have like pieces of art, they like paintings and stuff. What is Gil's quirk for his
I think for Gil, it would definitely be more along the lines of like trophies from battles that he has won. Like, if he takes down a cult headquarters or something, he's taking the biggest piece of treasure that they had, like an idol or something they had, and just putting that somewhere, polishing it up, making sure it's immaculate.
And would your horde also be closer to the coast?
No, I think the Serpent's Hill is a little more inland, if I recall correctly. I think there's like a river nearby. It's been a hot minute since I've looked it up personally,
It's
but
fine.
yeah.
So, in an underground cove you made just for it, you even took a river close by and uh, changed its path so that it would flow underneath the hill and go into the place where you prepared it. You come into your hoard and see that everything is good. You polish some things that have grown a bit dull, and you look down at a galleon, a group, a cult that had taken to the seas, stolen a powerful vessel to sail the seas. You defeated all of them and managed to keep the galleon in decent shape, and you placed it inside of your lair there in a pond of mostly still water, and inside is arrayed like in a museum are uh all of your war
Trophies,
paraphernalia,
yeah.
trophies and stuff. You should probably come back, but uh, maybe you could. So much of your things could be a bit more polished. You can stay like a day or two, make sure everything's good. Maybe fight a few Yanti before getting back. Won't hurt, right? Does Gil go back once he's done checking, or is he going to take a bit of time in the Serpent's Hells?
I think he'd spend maybe a day checking the horizon, seeing if there's anything for him to do, any immediate threats worth taking care of. And then...
Well, actually,
Hmm.
you do encounter what seems to be a bit of a threat. You move through the hills and hear tales of a possible attack on a village not too far from here. How does Gil go about fighting Yanti? Does he just kind of drop in and polymorph into a dragon and drop his entire weight on it? Or is he more of a subtle type of like going to polymorph into a small animal like a bird and just kind of scour
He's
things
a
out?
lot more... No, he's a lot more cocky and proud, for sure. He would, if anything, find whoever is in charge, like, berate them for trying to take power back while he was gone, and then just demolish as much as he could of their forces.
All right. So you walk into this place, this cave underneath one of the hills, and you find the leader. You berate him, laugh at his attempts to rise in power in your home, and after what happens to be a fairly short but invigorating encounter, you destroy the cult.
What is the,
Feeling.
Hmm?
Yeah, go ahead.
What is the shiniest relic that they would have?
They have this ceremonial dagger that's just kind of got the pommel is two swirling snakes with their mouths open, closed on just this beautiful radiant teal diamond. The blade is silvered and wavy like the body of a snake and ends in a sharp tip.
Such a dull piece is wasted on you lot. I can bring it back to its former glory. And Gil will take it and make his way back to his horde.
You spend a bit of time polishing the dagger, and then, happy about your small visit home, you take flight. About half a day later, you come into view of the Sword Mountains. But something's wrong. You see smoke rising from the base of the dagger's edge. And then further, another pillar of smoke rising, and another, and another.
What the hell's... Gil's just gonna dive straight towards whatever the biggest problem area is. Wherever the most smoke is coming from.
All right. It's interesting. Um, Hecate. Gil. Gil is shaking, his face in a snarl. He pushes on the ground and stumbly gets up. His fists close. And he lets out a growl. What do you do?
For the love of God, don't roll for initiative. I suppose I would find a way to wake him up.
All right. So,
she
what do you
went
do to wake him up?
Yeah.
Oh god. I was gonna say something, but I'm like, oh god. So clearly playing a sour note's probably not gonna be helping in this case. I'm gonna find like a small needle or something. Hell, I might even use like one of my feathers. Pull it out, find if it's sharp, and just like poke him.
Just make a jab.
Just a jab. Which I have found sharp feathers, and holy fuck, they hurt.
Mm-hmm. They sure do.
All
There's a
right.
reason they were used as pens back in the day.
Gil. I was going to go back to Herrick, which we're going to do in a second, but I do want to do this just for fun. Gil.
Yep.
You land in this town, this village on fire. You see red-robed individuals shooting bolts of fire into the buildings, catching them aflame. As you lower yourself and growl, you see a red armored individual rush towards you and spear your side with a spear your side with a spear. He uses a spear. What do you do?
Ooh. Yeah, I think he's just gonna get a face full of fire.
All right.
We're about to smell a whole lot of fried chicken.
Hecate, I'm gonna need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Yeah.
Is that what happens?
Yep.
Okay.
Does someone smell burning?
All right, Hecate. Dex
Oh, thank
save. That's a success, right?
Yep. So it's half.
Roll your damage.
Yep. As soon as I can remember where that is. This one. Okay, so only 2 damage.
All right, I'm gonna go back. Eric. Gonna go back to your music. Herrick. You rush on the flatlands around the fences, and you hear screams. You see kobolds running and jaws of shadow closing on their legs. Their strength sapped from them, they fall to their knees, their scales growing pale. You hear the roar of a bear in the distance. What you do?
He is heading towards the roar. He knows the sound of Stratus when he hears it.
You reach the bear and you see it standing above a prone form. Stratus's legs are shaking under his weight. You see he's surrounded by two other bears. Those bears are made of roiling shadow. Their fangs pearly white, their eyes red swirling orbs. One of them bites at Stratus's collar, and you see energy being seeped out, and Stratus falls to his knees. What do you do?
Oh, God, hold on, Stratus! And just immediately firing at the Shadow Bears.
A fight ensues. Brutal, where you take many hits for Stratus, but his strength has waned. The shadows have drained too much. As the battle comes to an end, Stratus stumbles and, afraid of falling upon Xeonine and smothering her, leans to the side and drops, breathing shallowly. What do you do?
Sorry, I was like low-key distracted there for a moment. My sister was talking to me.
Uh,
Just give me a
that's
quick
fine.
rundown.
So, you fight, and as the fighting ends, afraid of falling onto Xeonine and smothering her with his body, Stratus puts his weight to the side and falls down. His strength drained from him. He breathes shallowly. You don't see Xeonine's chest rising and falling. What do you do?
I think he would use a bit of his healing thing, like try to use it on Xeonine as he tries to do some first aid, try to like resuscitate her.
All right. You attempt first aid on Xeonine, and you don't see any changes until her body moves a little. Her shoulder rises as if she was trying to get up. Her head moves, but her skin is growing darker. Her eyes open, but they're not Xeonine's eyes. They're white orbs, no pupils, no irises, just white. Her entire body grows shadowy. That's what happens when you die to a shadow. You become one. She claws at you. She doesn't hit. Oh, my internet died. Give me a second. No, my
It
music
didn't hit
left me.
Hit poor boss.
All right, well, it's not important right now. If I don't hear the music, you hear the music. That's the important part. So, yeah, she claws at you and misses. What do you do?
No, you deserved better than this. You weren't supposed to die inglorious like this. You... And he just slowly raises one of his flintlocks at her, just like tears streaming down his cheeks. May her mercy grant you the peace I cannot.
Pow. The bullet streams through her head. Elemental energies from your enchantment passing through her. Her body falls to the ground. Stratus roars, and his body, weakened by the drain of strength, weakly slams into yours, not even pushing you. He growls weakly at you. Incomprehension and anger in his eyes. Why?
She's gone, Stratus. She's gone.
Stratus looks around and just kind of walks back to Xeonine and lays at her side, curling around her black, shadowy body. As he closes his eyes and falls.
Stratus, come on. You need to get up. We can't stay here. We'll end up like her if we stay.
Stratus groans. Roll the persuade. This is not a stupid animal. Animal handling probably won't work. Roll a persuasion check. Or, I mean, if you have meat or something, maybe you can try animal handling. You might be insulted unless you roll really good.
17 on the persuasion check.
To have cookies.
All right, so he nods and rises to his feet, and begins to follow you. You make your way towards the bunker. Slowly, there are no guards aside from the automaton. So you begin to walk towards one of the doors, or the all of the doors into the city are closed. You're gonna have to find a way to break into it.
Alright. Come on, Stratus. Let's look around. There's got to be a way in. The fourth got in somehow. We can get in.
You remember I showing you a secret passage to go into the city. That's what you used to go in with I and Seora and Gale. You begin to make your way there. And then Hecate, Gil just breathed fire on you.
What the fuck, man?
All right, and on this wonderful note of what the fuck, man, we're gonna take a little break. I need to restart my computer because something's gone wrong.
That
so
is very fair. Alright, so go ahead and go on the Be Right Back screen. We'll run some ads.
Be right back. This is fun.
Yeah.
How are you liking this so far?
Terrifying. Thematically appropriate.
Grinning.
Alright.
All right, I'll be right back.
Everybody take 5.
So how's everybody doing?
I'm hungry.
God, I fucking felt that. I'm currently working on animating in the background here.
It is so much easier for me when I have music to do. I also have a little thing where I'm kind of good at timing my words with the music, so that like when the beat drops, I drop a line, and it's weird when I don't hear anything.
Welcome to my world. I can't run more than what, like 3 things without my PC just dying.
I wonder if you could like. Oh no, that would be bad because if you had your phone on watch together, then we would hear the
This fucking
echo.
mic would pick it up.
The echo.
I am in push to talk, but I don't think anybody would like that.
Yeah. I want to thank Travis Savoy, who lets everyone use his music for free for the Curse of Strahd playlist, which is very good in this specific time. He's a good guy who basically says, "Hey guys, if you want to use my thing for your D&D games, that's fine." Not that we're making enough money that, or have enough recognition that it would be worth it to, like, oh no! Oh no, Curve! Iris! Your monetization is gone! You're not gonna make the 2.5 cents you would make this YouTube video.
All right, I'm back.
You guys tell me when you're all back. I know that Gil is back.
Imagine leaving.
All right.
Did Min step away as well, or
I don't know.
sounds like it?
I think yes.
I'm just ordering food right now.
Makes sense.
Trying to hurry up with it.
Well, at the very least, we rolled out one potential card today.
Doing car shopping.
Yeah. Yeah, looking like I don't have anything on like how much the wreck's gonna be worth, but at the very least, looking at what's out there.
Mm-hmm.
Because my sister mentioned she'd found one at one of the local dealers that had some like minor damage reported like on the bumper, so we like went out to look at it. Good thing we did, because the damage was worse than we thought. Like there was like actual like gouging in the back bumper.
Oof, jeez.
And then we continued along down the car. It's like, oh, hey, there's scratches on the back of the passenger side mirror, too. Oh, hey, look, there's a dent on the passenger side hood as well. I understand why they're asking for so little for this now.
Yep.
That's fair. I remember when we were going on vacation with my family and we'd get like a rental car and we'd just move around the car and take photos of everything because they're like, if they give you a car with a bump on it and you come back with a bump on it, if you don't have a fucking proof that the bump was there when you got it, you're paying for that shit. That was horrible. Ah, fucking hell. Is everyone back?
I am here. Curb is here.
Yeah.
Sai is here.
I am here.
Everyone is
Everyone
here. Everyone that
Mhm.
matters. Okay. Okay.
We are so back.
All right.
We're so back.
Oh, we're loading the world map.
Well, I mean, I don't know why I left you in the generic battle map the entire time. It's not like
Well,
we're
that
gonna
was
use
just
it.
because we had the because we were doing that initiative stuff last session.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I changed it to the world map. I went to the world map and then I left you all in generic battle. I switched to the world map for me on my end. But yeah, all right. So all right.
Also, when you get the chance, War Boss, your camera.
Oh yeah, my camera.
I'm about to do what we call waste money.
Elaborate.
Waste money on what?
Food, it sounds like.
Food.
It is not really wasting money if it's for sustenance.
It depends on whether or not you get the sustenance that you actually want.
I suppose that's
Yeah,
also
I
true.
don't know if you can call McDonald's sustenance.
It's not
This
McDonald's.
is more along the lines of I ordered a burger from Arby's and I got a turkey and Swiss sandwich. Like, that is not what I ordered!
That sounds like a pain. In any case,
That sounds
Um,
like more than a pain. That sounds like a... I don't even know what the fuck that is. It sounds like incompetence. That's what that sounds like.
Yeah, like I went to like open up DoorDash to like order dinner tonight. Like my sister's just like, no, we're not having Arby's. No Arby's tonight. Now we settled for Popeyes instead.
Hell yeah. It's good shit.
I mean, considering
All
that they
right.
had buy one get one free on chicken sandwiches, so
Yo.
are we ready to begin? Anew.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
All right, all's good. Got like
Hecate.
half an hour.
Hecate.
I'm about to suffer for this.
As
You just got breathed fired on.
what the fuck, man?
The Seora seems to be moving to get up. Gil is up, and Herrick is laying down on the ground. Not even. He looks like he's not having a good time sleeping, but he definitely is. He definitely isn't having a nice dream. The voice returns. What did I say? Useless. What can you do for them?
I could stuff some more feathers into him until I'm bald and he's a bird now.
Shit, you right.
That's a line.
Someone put this in the quotes. I can stab feather into him until I'm bald and he's the bird.
Shit, this party's about to become almost all birds.
We're about to have a feathered dragon here, damn it.
Forget the crown of the Tyrant Queen. We got fucking bird flu on the loose here. Except it turns people into birds.
That's it. Well, keep trying then. See if anything you do is worth it. Sarah,
Hi.
At this point, Hecate's more pissed off at the voice, and he's about to like try to square up.
I'm gonna find something a bit more. Sure. Let's go with the same as Eric. It's got the right vibe. You're breathing grows faster, quicker, and quicker. Your heart is beating fast, your hand closing on the dagger. Your vision cloudy. Your vision goes red. Your father approaches, puts a hand on your shoulder. You see his lips moving, but you don't hear anything aside from the blood pumping in your ears. You shake your head. Your vision goes completely red. And then your breathing calms. You regain control slowly. Deep breaths. Drip, drip, drip. Sound of blood dripping on the ground. You look at your hands, at the steak knife, covered in blood, dripping on the floor. You turn slightly and you see them. Your mother, your father, their bodies cooling on the floor. Their blood on your knife, on your face, splashes on your beak. What do you do?
She realizes what she did. She pulls the knife out, drops it, and looks at what she did, panics. Just, no. No! No! Ow! And it just starts screaming and running out of the house into the neighborhood, running through the alleys, down the dirt paths, down the cobbled paths, running as far away as she can, crying.
On the outside, Hecate, Sora rushes past you. She wants to leave. She wants to escape.
Oh, damn it, not again.
She approaches the
Sorry,
door.
I'm a silly bird.
She approaches the door. We're gonna go back to Gil. Gil,
Mm-hmm.
you're rushing through the villages. Your claws bloodied. Your jaws clamping down on cultists. Well, no, they're not cultists technically. They're
Wizards.
Thayians,
Yeah.
left and right. A ball of flame is hurled your way, explodes in a radius, doing nothing. A cone of cold slows you down a little. You breathe fire both on yourself and towards the wizard. The cold on your scale melting. So does the wizard. You fight for hours, leaping, rushing, killing. But You're too late. So many have died. You see, you see and you smell your blind sense telling you of every corpse that you pass by. You see them all. You can't even close your eyes. You can sense them cooling on the floor.
Oh. I'll make them wish they never stepped foot on this coast.
You fight and you fight until every Thayan has either sneaked past you or is cooling on the floor, charred, slashed, or pieced by your powerful jaws. You stand there breathing hard. What happens next in your memories? What In fact, I should say what happened next?
I think Gil would have taken this personally and made a vow of vengeance to eradicate every red wizard he could find.
You see, you begin to plan your vengeance. And this is where Bahamut shows up. And like you, when you find the leader of a cult and berate them before bringing punishment, he's supposed to come and tell you of your failure. But that's not what happens. You see it all flash before your eyes. Your imprisonment in a lesser form. Your years toiling combat. You've been stuck in this human form almost as long as you were a dragon. Not longer. Anger, fresh from the battle, roils in your heart. And you hear a voice. Chriskin. you really deserve such punishment. Why do you fight still? For 800 years, Bahamut has been banished from these lands, defeated by his sister, and thrown off the plane. Even were you to redeem yourself in his eyes, he can't even reach you to give you back what you deserve. So why do you fight, old warrior? Why do you endure such pain? Was he not at fault for giving you a post that wasn't? That wasn't for you. That would test you so. Who did he think he was to test you? Why was it wrong to fight evil? Yes, you left your post, but he never listened when you prayed. He wasn't at his post as your deity, was he? Leaving your calls for answers unanswered. Why do you fight, Gil Criskin? You know the queen could give you what you once had? Break the shackles, holding you into that pathetic lesser form. So much power you've lost. Don't you know the good you could do if you had your strength once more? Why do you fight us?
Mm. All this talk of power. Oh. You have a way of tempting people. But the glory is not in the power. It's in the fight. And I will fight the wrongs, the injustices, no matter what form I'm in.
Fair enough. I told her tempting you was lost cause. But then again, sometimes you need to listen to order. You will know that very well, don't you?
Maybe not. Lord knows I'm going to live every day of my life doing what I can to repent. Or die trying.
It's sad to see such a warrior wasted so. But perhaps you do not see it as such. Well. Fair enough. And then, like, fast forwarding through the developments that have happened, you live through all of your meager successes as you have in the form of Gil, the monk, and all of your failures again and again and again. Make me a wisdom save and again.
Mm-hmm.
Good. I mean, he's a monk. I
Gil.
expect the okay wisdom.
Gil just kind of reaches up, clutches the lapis lazuli necklace around his neck. I've made peace with my mistakes. You can't affect me.
The voice comes back, but not disappointed or angered or not um negative in the least. Just a chuckle. And then I would expect nothing less. Good hunting, Criskin. May we meet on the through battlefield. You wake up. Your fist is firmly planted in Hecate's face. Hecate, roll me like 2 or 3 dex saves.
Yeah.
Dexterity saving throws.
Okay, it
3.
sounded like he said death saves.
That's
No, not death save. Dexterity saving throws.
one more.
One more. All right. Hecate is singed, her battered, her instrument lays to the side, and you have your fist firmly planted in her face while she is her arms around Seora, who is trying to reach the button to open the door, and she's fallen to a knee as you've been pelting her back and head with punches.
All I can just imagine is Hecate like holding on to Seora, being like, "Do it again. I wasn't looking."
Meanwhile, Gil, as he opens his eyes, I just imagine him teeth gritted, little like embers of flame just spitting out both sides of the mouth. Okay. Oh, I hate this fucking moon. Gil is going to reach out and just try and grab the collar of Seora alongside Hecate.
All right. Seora, you keep running. You're running away from your axe, from the death of your family. You rush, quick, fast. And I'm gonna change the music. Seora. You reached a small stream. You plunge your hands in. You try to clean the blood off your hands, but every time you pull your hands out, they're still bloodied.
Actually,
And
I'd
then the
say when she dips it in the water, it gets even more bloodied.
You look at the stream, and there's a flash of red, and the stream is full of blood. And then you hear a voice. Why do you run? Why do you run?
Still sobbing a bit, Seora quickly is looking around to see where the source of the noise is.
A shadow falls above you. Gargantuan. You can't see it very well. All that you see is a skull with two burning yellow eyes looking down at you. And he says, "Why do you run? Your talents should be your pride. Why do you run from them?"
But they. So the same thing seems to be on loop the entire time, and she doesn't seem to be able to come up with another line to speak to describe what just happened.
The shadow encircles you, its wings closing in. And then you're surrounded with blackness. And then the voice shushes you. Shh. Calm down, little one.
She lets out the whimper of a dog.
Time has passed. So much time. They would be dead already. No matter what you would have done. The darkness recedes and the blue sky is replaced with dark purple moons glaring in the sky, and the black shadow covering, moving through you, past you.
As soon as
Black
she
moon, the black moon in the sky, like an eye looking down.
as
Glaring.
soon as she realizes that the sky is different, she wipes her face and starts taking deep breaths. Just
That's
thinking to herself that it's just the moon again.
Calm down. You're safe.
Instead, she glares at the darkness.
Chuckles. Calm down. And wake up! Roll a wisdom saving throw with advantage.
Oh my gosh. Let me get back into this. I haven't been rolling in a while. Here we go. Funny.
Well. Aww.
Very funny.
Gil. Whoom. We're moving out from the dream. Gil. Seora is stretching to press on the button. Only an inch or two separates her fingers from the button that will open this door. What do you do?
Bird, wake up! Just both me and Hecate just pulling her back.
Hecate, what do you do as Gil pulls hard? Do you take another feather and poke her?
Fuck it, I don't see why not, because I'm pretty sure Hecate's like half beaten to death, so he's probably like borderline passing out right
I
now.
don't think she needs to pull another feather. I think there's plenty just on the ground at this point.
You grab a feather from the ground and shake her.
You're gonna be a crossbreed of a different bird by the time I'm done with you.
Sarah quacks and her eyes open wide. Sarah, your hand is barely an inch from the button. You could press it. Do you?
Let me roll a d20.
I'm stabbing you. I'm stabbing you if you do.
She slips. And presses it. She slips and presses it.
Okay, so Seora
Here
walks
is
black
War
and
Boss
blue.
Kids. We like to keep things interesting.
Sayora is about to be black and blue.
Yeah.
Sarah squawks and goes ah! and slips forward as she gets pulled and just boom presses the gear. The door clinks loudly and begins to open.
She starts to panic a bit.
Everyone has woken up except Herrick. As the door begins to open.
I rubs her eyes, just waking up from the trance. It's just, oh, let's go. Who is the idiot that opened the door?
You just see
I-
Gil
Once
and
you're not the
Hecate just
bird brain
pointing.
here. Gil's gonna try and slam the button again to close the door.
Hecate
Alright,
is not far behind him.
Before we do this,
Mhm.
Herrick. You walk through the shadowed streets, making your way to the bunker. The door is still open. What you do?
Shit. Please tell me somebody woke up. Oh, come on. Just kind of like pokes his head in and looks around.
Stratus is moving slowly and you're pulling him along. And as you walk into the bunker, the first thing you see is the wizard. Except something's missing. You follow the trails of blood and see the head on the other side of the room. Your eyes slide around and you see Seora bisected on the ground, her guts spilling from top. Hecate stands, their eyes closed. The accordion smashed into pieces. And
Motherfucker.
then your eyes land on Gil, breathing shallowly, still alive, but not for long. In the room is a tall, armored monstrosity. Turns its eyes to you. White. Deep whiteness. No sclera, no pupil, no iris. Just deep, churning, white fog. He pulls his sword out of Gil's chest, spurts blood as Gil falls to his knees. Shadow Knight turns to you, raises his sword, and points it towards your chest.
Oh. You just killed a whole bunch of people I like. That is not a good place to stand.
You hear a chuckle and a whimper. Your eyes move to a corner of the room, and there you see 3 shadow wolves surrounding Tish, their maws closing on her flesh, eating her alive. As she whines weak, her strength sapped from her body by shadow magic. She looks at you and you see despair, panic, sadness in her eyes, deep pools. And then a shadow passes over you, and you hear a voice. Don't you how foolish it is to hold allegiances on both sides. Splitting your focus will then hold those you care for. Why do you squander your potentials?
If I had to take a guess, it's because your son sucks as a father.
Oh, that is fair, I guess. But what I shown to you was not simply a mirage to shake your understanding. It was a divination of things to come, of how things could have gone. This isn't platitudes, fake and boring. It is simply what might have been. I don't want to turn you to another path. Your path is your own, grandson. I want you to think. Spreading your allegiances too thin, you might lose everything you care for. Choose wisely what you wish to keep and what you must discard. Otherwise, you might lose everything. You wake up.
Finally back awake now, are we? Now help us with this fucking door.
You,
Oh.
Gil
Hell.
pushes forward and slams his hand on the button, and the door stops opening and begins to close once more. And before anything makes their way into the bunker, the door closes once more.
Gil just turning towards the door just in case anything slipped past with like fire in his chest. Just waiting for something to even try.
Sayora just has talents up. So, can I please speak?
Can you?
I don't know. Blank, who is not in this game, is speaking. I'm sorry, I find that really annoying.
Yes, go ahead.
I forgot what I was going to say.
Something.
But yeah,
you had talents.
but like, I am going to address this further after session.
Yep.
Yeah.
It is really important.
All right. So, Herrick, you blurry-eyed look and hear the door closing. Why the fuck was the door open in the first place? This was a dream, wasn't it?
No, you are a bastard. Definitely where Zersing gets it from.
To be fair, Null. I'm not gonna say anything. It's not like you would know. You haven't really met Null.
Alright. I'm assuming by the fact that I'm the last one to wake up, the door was apparently opened and is now closing again.
Gil glares at Sayora.
Yeah, it's kind of like
I'm
an
just
anime
going
moment.
to assume that we were all on the receiving end of the same bullshit.
You three were. I was just thrown into this.
Well, I at least appreciate having someone who didn't get taken under being able to attempt to prevent some of this. Lord knows this went better than the last time this shit happened. Sorry, by the way, for Gil just kind of
Hecate just kind of has
winces.
a. Hecate just kind of has like a quiet glare, and just kind of goes like,
What are you? Oh. Oh.
You notice that Hecate is fucking beat up.
Hecate, you look like shit.
yeah. And considering that my accordion is even in worse shape than I am, I'm not particularly happy about
Oh, I
it.
don't think it was smashed in reality. I think that was just in the dream.
No. The accordion wasn't smashed in reality.
Yeah.
It was.
Oh,
It was
well, then-
only.
Yeah,
it was only
everything with
in
Eric's
Herrick's
team there
dream.
was all dreamscape.
Yeah.
It wasn't
Oh.
real life.
No, you're good. You're good.
Oh, I take that back then. I take that statement back then. That never happened.
Your accordion is magical. It would take something very strong to break it.
Your
And,
loot,
that would-
however, that's probably a
Your
bit battered.
Wait,
Yeah, your loot is
I-
fucked up, man.
what? Why are so many feathers of yours plucked out? Why are some of them tipped in blood? What the fuck was going on here?
Don't worry about
You look, and
I
there's
am
like
I
Don't worry
have
about it.
several questions.
Gil has a feather just jammed into the back of his neck.
Probably multiple.
it. Sayora is black and blue.
No, Sayora is always black. What are you talking about?
Blue on black, tears on a river.
Well, Hecate is blue, so you have a lot of blue mixed in.
Oh, so she's Turner now.
Let's just say the dream I was shown was a very, impassioned battle from my past.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess that's something he'd make you see.
Well,
My food's here. I'll be right back.
Gil's gonna kind of glance around. Is everyone else okay at this point? The wizard.
Everyone else seems fine.
What is it? Ilia? Is she still doing her thing?
Alia is in a trance.
Cool.
Sitting. Just kind of she
Still
she
channeling
hasn't
and
slept,
everything.
and she doesn't seem like she. Let's say, you know how there are some spells when you're concentrating on them, you're blind and deaf.
Yeah.
That seems to be what's happening right
Cool.
now
So she's good.
on her end.
Things still working on her end. That's good. All right.
As for the merchants,
Mm.
they seem to be having nightmares, but it seems like whatever entity was trying to get someone to press the button decided that they wouldn't be able to get past you guys, so it wasn't worth sending them that way.
think I'm getting any more sleep tonight. Rather just face the consequences of those actions down the line.
Let's at least take a little bit of rest, even if we don't sleep for it.
You know what? You go right ahead. I am not.
All right. And as you deal with the aftermath of this situation you were in, a soft whisper rings out through the bunker.
I return.
What?
I'm
You have
back.
returned? Okay. As you deal with the the aftermath of your of the event that happened, a soft whisper fills the bunker and says, "Was a nice bout. Good job fighting back, and see you on the battlefield when you are ready." And then the presence that was pressing on you seems to recede away. And I think that is where we are going to end session.
Mm-hmm. Well.
So, how fun was that?
Oh, it's great! It's so fun!
Family drama. Family drama.
Yeah, I think it's a little more than drama in fucking Seora's case. Jesus Christ. Woo!
What?
Just more severe drama.
That's so weird. Yep.
Also got a bit more insight into Gil's past. That's always fun.
Yep.
Well,
I
not
was
just skills.
Mm-hmm.
Gil, the thing that I have to say about this is Curb, thank you for the detailed backstory. I actually had no work to do to plan for your thing. I just had to
Just
read
like, oh,
parts of your
perfect.
backstory and make you relive them.
Yeah. Well, I think that's a good place to
Yep.
wrap things up, so thank you all so very much for stopping by. Take care of yourselves, and we'll catch you in the next session.
Bye-bye.